Hey guys, I am John Carrick, author of Legacy of a Mad Scientist and The Legend of Ashley Fox. Today we're here looking at 100 Bullets number 2 by Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Risso. But first we have the World Fantasy Tarot card, the Two of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Amazon. Essentially Wonder Woman right here. It was a Greek warrior, not a Jewish warrior. Jews have to get the fuck out of our culture. And I'm just going to leave it there for today. So, 100 bullets. Here we go. Let me fix this really quick, if I can. That's a little bit better. So, nothing happens in this issue. This is Much Ado About Nothing, Miserable People, Crabs in a Bucket. Any of those titles would work. Mystery Men. Another, I said I was going to leave it there, but look at what we've got. They're fucking everywhere. They got to go. We need final solutions, and we need them now. 100 bullets. Dizzy is in her room. Someone knocks at the door while she's packing up her stuff. She's got a plan, but she doesn't put her plan into motion in this issue. This issue really escalates things, sort of forces her to take action on her plan, a plan that was handed to her that wasn't even hers. Her mom is... Where did it go? Oh, yeah. Knock, knock. What the F? The door is locked, right? So her mom is the chief crab in this bucket, and she is a miserable person. I could use all sorts of epithets, but I'm not going to. And this is the first time she's seen her daughter since she got out of prison, and immediately starts talking smack to her. This is her current boyfriend. She threatens to kick him out of the house if he voices an opinion about how she deals with her adult daughter. They go back and forth. Mom is the real gang leader here. She's the one. And Emilio, yesterday I had called Dizzy's son Emilio. It's her brother. Her younger brother is named Emilio. Dizzy is getting used to what's going on. This is about Chicago gangs. And she is starting to recognize these people for the idiots that they are. Now that she knows that the cops really murdered her son and husband, and then the cops used that murder as an excuse to go after the Latin Kings. There's two different gangs out here. The Lords, I'm sure there's another name for that. And then the Latin Kings. I remember the Latin Kings from when I was a kid, how they'd moved into Chicago. I remember seeing Mexican migrants walking around in my town before I joined the Marine Corps, clearly like homeless sort of vagabonds. And we're going to have a crusade. I really hope we get a race war. I really, really do. I do not want a long, protracted decline. I want murder in the streets. I want to burn the entire country down. So this is more of the same. These are degenerate people who don't deserve to live. And out here, this is 8-Ball. He shows up later in the story. Now, this is a comic book, and here I am out here venting all my racist frustrations on a comic book, which I don't know which is dumber, that or the fact that we have these problems in our society right now. Anyhow, these kids are playing basketball. They're having a good old time. It's just basketball. I mean, it's a couple pages of it. There's some smack talk back and forth. None of it's... I have nothing to object to right here. Chrissy Hine. For a minute, I thought that was Joan Jett, but it's not. Anyhow, so they're playing ball. Dizzy wanders up and is watching for a little bit. This is Emilio. Emilio is king shit amongst his friends. He's got something going on that they don't either have access to or fully know about, which is not how things work in the hood. Everyone is in your business. And look, part of the reason I'm talking so much smack about this is because my family were the niggers of our neighborhood. The Irish are the niggers of Europe. And I hate to say that, but it's fucking true. They're drunks. A lot of them are fucking worthless. And it pisses me off. My parents were drunks. So, yeah. Maybe I'm holding some grudges about that. Whatever. So here we go. Dizzy shows up. She wants to know what's going on. And so everyone believes the lie, right? They're all bought into the lie. They're all, her mom, her brother, all these other kids, 8-Ball, who shows up down in Florida in a couple issues, doing that parrot thing with Jack and the other guys, where they go down to Tijuana and buy a bunch of parrots. Emilio's got something cooking. He gets a phone call, and all his friends, he's like, we got to go. We got some shit to do. Dizzy is left behind. Dizzy wanders off to talk to the... Oh, here we get the cops in a titty bar. These are the cops who murdered Dizzy's husband and son, Hector and Santiago. They clearly have something going on. They're playing the two gangs against each other, most likely for their own benefit. As I said, crabs in a bucket. All these people are miserable crabs in a bucket, pulling each other down. None of them have a plan. None of them have a way out. None of them are trying to become mechanics or comic book artists or musicians. They're not trying to become anything. They're just leaning into being degenerate drug users and drug dealers. Here are all the moms, miserable with their kids, talking about how they want to murder their own children and they hate their husbands who are in jail. This is a tour through the ghetto. This one kid smacks another kid. Mom runs over and corrects him. I have nothing to be mad about with this comic. It's a great comic, but nothing happens in this issue. Not really. Dizzy, one of them makes a comment. Like I said, she makes the comment about she wants to strangle her husband and her child. And one of the other ones says, I can't believe you just said that to her. And it's because her husband and child are dead. Dizzy is utterly heartbroken. Dizzy is the only person in this comic so far with a soul. She's the only person who seems to feel anything, the only person who seems to care about her friends, seems to care about the other people around her. None of the people around her give a shit about her. She's the only person who learned something through prison. And what she learned was that if you're not there to take care of the ones you love, terrible things can go wrong at any moment. The movie Wind River with Jeremy Renner by Taylor Sheridan had a lot of this. It was really good. There's a scene in there where he's talking about how his 16-year-old daughter died. He's talking to another girl, and he's like, having kids, you got to watch them every minute. You never know what can go wrong just 1 second from the next. And these people, look, if you can't be happy with nothing, you can't be happy with everything. These people, this is a comic book, right? But none of these characters are self-actualized. None of these characters have discovered what they're about, why they're alive, what they want out of the world, and what is worth working for. None of them have any goals. Dizzy's only goal is to figure out what happened to her husband and son and take revenge. Revenge is a worthy goal. Revenge will show you what you're capable of and what you're not capable of. So I have some of that in my life. I had a younger brother who was murdered by the Milwaukee mob, and I still want to go to war with them like the Punisher. If I had any money, I fucking would too. Although money is what you need to go to war. If I get a bunch of millions of dollars, I'm going to be burning down some buildings in Milwaukee and killing some people. There's no doubt about it. So anyhow, the police show up. Emilio drives by. Chaos going on. Dizzy runs out in front of one of these other. She knows this guy. It's not. Is this Emilio? I don't remember who this is. Anyhow, no, this is not Emilio. And she gets a ride to this the location where all the police are bound for what's just happened. This has been a big shootout at a local. It says it's a shoe store, but it doesn't look much like a shoe store inside. It looks like a drug dealer's place, like a drug dealer's pad or place. Everyone is dead. Dizzy is able to walk in right past all the cops because they're busy doing stuff. She's checking out what happened, who's been killed, and how. The cops are talking about how whatever happened, the people got in this far without being stopped. So the killers knew them and didn't suspect them. Here we get the Sal Buscema to a big double page across the top and then panels across the bottom. I really like that. I love that. This is supposed to be about comics, not just about the story. This is a great comic. Eduardo Risso's artwork can take a little bit to get used to because it's just flat colors. He really leans into the black. I don't know if there's any cross-hatching in here at all. It's just solid blacks. And this would look good black and white too. From Hell is a comic we should look at some point. That was so good. So outside, Dizzy sees the two cops, and we learn their names at some point. I don't remember them. Emilio is her brother, though. She calls them out and accuses them of being responsible for this. Somehow that gets her arrested. I don't know why that's illegal to accuse cops of murder, but that gets her arrested, thrown in the back of a police car. I don't know what you could charge her with. Except, I suppose, interrupting an investigation. I suppose that's illegal. She goes to jail. Here's Emilio and his friends paying someone off that you don't really see what's going on. Dizzy is in jail, gets sprung. She doesn't know by who. We know who, because you're going to recognize him in just a minute. Although I'm spacing on his name at the moment. He is the Nick Fury of this story. Not Agent Graves. This guy right here used to work for Agent Graves, and I'm spacing on his name. But he's in the upcoming issues. He bailed Dizzy out. Dizzy thinks it was her brother, but he's the one who bailed her out. Here's her brother, happens to be at the police station, and Dizzy presumes that he bailed her out, but he didn't. He takes credit for it anyhow. He does have lots of cash. He asks her what's going on. She explains a little bit. And again, I'm going through this really fast because nothing really happened. They head back home. And she's still convinced that it's not the cops, that it's the Latin Kings. And blah, blah, blah. She's asking him about why he, what he's into. And he's not giving her any answers. He is her younger brother. So he kind of grew up while she was in prison. And this is the last page. She goes in, her mom and her boyfriend are asleep, and she gets her Smith & Wesson 45. I want to say it's a 1911. I don't really know, but mine is a 1911. And that's it. That's this is about the shortest review for a comic we've done so far, and all I've done is vent my spleen. I had a really good idea for some art. I want to put dirt bikes and motorbikes going up and doing tricks off of surf waves, but that's I'm going to have to improve my artwork quite a bit. So 100 Bullets, issue number 2. Hey guys, I'm John Carrick, author of Legacy of a Mad Scientist and The Legend of Ashley Fox. Amazing science fiction fantasy stories for you guys on Amazon, Smashwords, right here on YouTube as audiobooks. Today we're looking at 100 Bullets number 2, and I think part of the reason I'm so angry about this issue, I wasn't this pissed off earlier today. Reading this pissed me off because I recognize so much in degenerate culture in this book. It's easy to be disciplined. It's easy to stay sober. It's easy not to give in to failure and weakness and hate. You just gotta work. You just gotta work. That's all you gotta do. If you can't sleep, it's because you didn't work out hard enough that day. Do some push-ups, do some sit-ups. You'll be tired. You'll go to sleep. I don't understand weak people. I really don't. And that's because I've been forced. I had to, grow strong or die. For me, it was grow strong or commit suicide or be a miserable person all my life. And of course, obviously, I still have days where I'm pissed off, but generally, I'm really happy. Generally, I'm proud of myself. I've done the work, I know what I'm capable of. I know my levels of resilience, I guess. My biggest frustration in life is that I haven't found a way to take the things that I love to do and make them profitable and make them good for other people. The key to making money isn't just making something people want to buy. It's making something that helps people. The goal is to help people. Now, obviously, how do comics and entertainment help people? Well, if it's like the Robe, that's pure inspiration. That's hope. Hope is about the most valuable thing in the world, but you shouldn't sell it. You should give it away. So here it is. And Ashley Fox, Last Valkyrie, Ninja Babysitter comic book in the description for you guys to check out. It's black and white, but it's still an awesome read. I'm super proud of this. today's conflicted card. Morgan is on his way home on foot after the collapse through some shady areas, and he comes across two guys who are exploiting people. It doesn't say exactly how. They may be actually physically robbing someone, or they may have some scam or something set up where they're abusing people. But fucking kill them. Kill them. Rescue those people, and you will be well on your way to developing the community that springs forth from the ashes. We will have final solutions. We absolutely will. If everything goes wrong. If nothing goes wrong, things will continue as they are. And things are actually really fine as they are. All we have to do is change the degenerate culture, and we're well on our way to doing that. We are shifting the Overton window. You know, if they believe that everyone deserves tolerance and that even evil people deserve tolerance, well, we're the most evil. The Nazis are clearly the most evil, so you're going to have to tolerate us. And we're going to fucking change the world. So, I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope everything is working out for you. I hope you're getting out and enjoying some sunshine, doing some art, making some music, having fun with friends. I've got to leave in a little bit to go hang out with some people, and God, I hope I can improve my mood before I get there. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.